ever look like Herkimer County. That is so funny. That is funny. And also, I hear that the Spartan Scream that you guys set off, that was the fireworks display that was provided to us by Majestic. It is the Spartan Scream. You should be setting that off in New Hartford. And why is that?
Because they are the Spartans.
Oh, the New Hartford Spartans. Kind of makes sense, right? That's all I have for now.
I had Tom Hyland said it was very loud. Of course, Tom Hyland of Marcy Hydraulics and Utica Mac, our studio sponsor, and he said they're right next door to us. He said it was very loud. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it had to be you guys, especially with Christine not there advising that we probably shouldn't do this. Yeah.
By the way, tomorrow morning, the Steve Falvo Easy Money Big Band will be in studio performing. It's part of our Live Music Friday that we're going to begin as part of our 90th anniversary here at the radio station, WIBX. And it'll start somewhere in the 8 o'clock hour. These guys are going to do a few songs. 18-piece band. And it'll take, this is a throwback to the days when WIBX used to do live music back in the 40s and 50s and even in the 1960s when live music was something that was really cool on the radio. And here we are today. It'll be really cool tomorrow. It'll be the Steve Falvo Easy Money Big Band, 16-piece band tomorrow morning. All right, in studio right now, Beth and Mar is the ADK Scenic Railroad. And I want to start, if I could, about the lawsuit. You guys have a lawsuit going against the state over pulling up those tracks going up to Lake Placid. But I'm told there's a delay. And
there is a delay. The case was supposed to be heard at the end of June, and it's now been pushed back to the end of August. Busy summer schedule.
So
in
not
the
a delay
courts.
in filing the lawsuit. You guys have filed.
It was filed in March.
Got it. Right.
And it's a very impressive lawsuit. It's very thorough. It's something we've really actually been putting together for a few years as this process has unfolded. So it's a well done suit. Bond, Shennick, and King are our attorneys out of Syracuse, and they've done a fantastic job. It's a heavy lift. It's a very dense issue. So that's been delayed to the end of August.
Right.
So we're playing the waiting game again.
You know, the shame is, and we had heard that the decision was made that the governor was going to side with, I don't know, this small group of people up there.
Sure.
But once these tracks are pulled up, it's all over.
Exactly. And it's effectively killing two businesses, the ADK Scenic Railroad and Rail Explorers USA, the new rail bike business, which, this year we're estimated there will be about 40,000 people in Saranac Lake and Lake Placid between those two businesses.
Hop on the train, they take you up, you ride your bike, you hop back on the train, come back.
Yeah, we do that too.
Yeah. Okay, the other part about this track going up to Lake Placid is it played a decent role during the 1980 Olympics.
It actually even brought snow up. There wasn't enough snow in Lake Placid. That's how pivotal of a role it played. But the track was refurbished in 1980 for the Winter Olympics. Ran very briefly. It was sort of a shoddy repair job. It was done very quickly. Is a lot of things that happen when we see, Olympic bids and build outs happening like we're in the news so often now.
Yeah.
But as Lake Placid and the area continue to talk about a joint Olympic bid and their Olympic hopes and dreams, it's a rubber tire destination right now. There's really, one road in, one road out of Lake Placid and Saranac Lake.
Slow, very slow.
Very slow. And already really at a maximum capacity in the winter months and during tourist season. So, without alternative transportation, I just don't see how getting that, there's going to be sustainable growth in that region.
Yeah. All right, quickly talk about what you guys have coming up. You have some events that are going to be happening.
Our summer schedule is kicked off, which is pretty exciting. It's what we wait all year for. We're running our day trips from Utica to Thindera. You can spend the day in Old Forge. We've got a shuttle bus that runs a continual loop. Half price off water safari tickets with your train ticket. You can stop at the brewery, Old Forge Hardware, Tony Harper's, Sisters Bistro. There's so much going on in Old Forge in the summer. Great. That's a great trip. Wine and beer train on Friday. Those are popular. That we've still got a few tickets left for that one. And wine and beer trains all summer throughout the fall. We have live music on every train, different, craft microbrews. That's exciting. Those are always a good time. If you haven't come out and ridden a wine and beer train, always come out. People are always surprised at what a good time it is. And the other two really exciting things we have going on are a bike and rail trip, which we're partnering with Mountain Man in Old Forge. So you can either bring your own bike or rent a fat tire bike or, something fun like that for the family. And they'll give you a guide too, and guide you through the trails on the way back to the station. And we have our canoe and rail package, canoe paddle rail package. You can paddle 7 miles downstream. That's the key. It's all downstream. You just really have to steer on the Moose River, and we'll pick you up at the canoe platform. It sounds like a heavy lift, and it's not.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
So,
I what you're really working on, and I like, is this is a conduit to tourism. It's a conduit to things to do, and to get there from here to there, and then back. But doing it in a cool way, and especially when you have stuff on the train during the trip, and microbreweries and that sort of thing.
We're a physical connector, between all these really, really fantastic tourist towns, and we're lucky because all we have to do is highlight that. And it's in that sense, it's an easy sell, but we've really shifted our focus and our marketing in the last 5 years, and ridership's just about doubled. We're at about 75,000 passengers a year, which is fantastic. We're one of the larger tourist railroads in the country. And a lot of that's because there's so much cool stuff going on to highlight, and it makes our job easy.
There is a throwback going on right now. Old Forge used to be the place where everybody vacationed. It was the spot, and much so for the wealthy. They would travel there, and it would be a part of the vacation. Disney changed a lot of that. Destinations, airplanes allowing people to travel. But there's a throwback now and a resurgence. People, it would shock you, the people that fly in here and go into Old Forge and spend their vacation versus going off to some
a lot of people
somewhere.
come in. It's actually almost in the summer season. It's about 85% of our passengers drive more than an hour is the statistic to get to wherever they're departing on the railroad, which is great because we're bringing people in. But an interesting thing I've seen too is, and you guys know that here, you're so involved in the community. People are really focusing on what's around them and what's going on locally too. And what there is to offer in your own backyard. And that's something we've seen a lot of people coming out and saying, I knew the railroad was here, but I haven't given it a try, or I rode 10 years ago and it was okay, but they're coming back and they're really enjoying it. When they bring friends into town, they're bringing their friends out, and that's exactly what we want to see. And a lot of repeat customers too.
Just quickly, the Utica to Thandara, how much do tickets go?
$37.50 for an adult. That's our most expensive ticket on that one. And then right on down for seniors and kids and groups.
Yeah, and you mentioned half-price tickets when you take that train for
water safari.
So water safari, that's a great deal. Do you have Wi-Fi on the trains?
We don't have Wi-Fi.
I love that. No, it's not. It's not a bad thing.
I was going to say that's one of my big things.
So
we're never going to have Wi-Fi on the trains, as far as I'm concerned.
Listen, your commute from Albany to New York City needs a fast Wi-Fi. Your commute from Utica
one of our very old school conductors always said that he loved volunteering because two people sit down in groups of 4 across the aisle, and by the time they get off the train, those people that didn't know each other are friends.
All right, very, very cool. And we have some tickets, Andrew, to give away on
pair of tickets,
on the wine and beer.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
We'll do caller 5 right now and give that away right now. And again, the event is
this Friday.
So 736-0186. It's for tomorrow night.